Howdy folks, day 6, lockdown, out for a bimble. Not sure what I'm going to talk about today. I might have to make something up later. But do you like my hat? The wind's blowing today, all the way from the Arctic again. It's a bit cool. And as my hair got a bit somewhat messed up yesterday, couldn't do a thing with it afterwards. I thought, well, I'll wear a hat. It's windproof, waterproof, although my hands are getting bloody cold holding this camera. I might have to tell a story today. Yeah, I think I'll do that. I'm going to tell you a story. But not yet. Right, story time, folks. I've had time to have a little bit of a think. Construct. Yeah, there's something on the basis of a story. Let's see what happens. I'm making this up as I go along. It's not going to be a fairy tale, folks. There's no pretty princesses in this. It's going to be a bit of a horror story, I think. It's not going to start with once upon a time. Or even once upon a time in a galaxy far, far away. No, none of that. This is very much down to earth. Right, let's get on with it. There's a city. A big, powerful city. Dominated by walls and tower buildings, huge, great towers, full of gold, bling, big TV sets, rich bastards, powerful, evil, rich bastards. One of these particularly rich bastards had his own tower block. He had several of them. He's a miserable, ugly sod. Loads of money. No real friends. Spent his time in business meetings. His free time would be down the country club with all his business associates. Yeah, working on a deal. Never living up to his promises of actually paying for anything. This particularly rich bastard had a wife. She was bored. They'd been married a long time. She sat at home all day, twiddling her thumbs, watching telly, drinking a few bottles here and there. Gosh, she was bored out of her skull. Yeah, things between her and a particularly rich, evil bastard of a husband were not particularly warm. In fact, they were downright icy. He spent all his time away from her. Yeah, country club. When he wasn't having business meetings, he was cavorting around with the pool boy, cocktail waitress, the maitre d', chambermaids. He didn't care which way he went. He just a randy little toad. Yeah, after a few years of this, his wife, she's getting really peed off with it. She thought, I need to find me a friend, need to have some, entertainment. And so, she went online, as you do. She went online, see what she could find. Yeah, she put an ad on. Yeah, filthy, stinking, rich, bored, middle-aged lady seeks companionship. Not particularly fussy. So she waited a while and eventually she got a reply. And they did what they did. Anyway, I sort of skipped a bit. That's the trouble when you make things up as you go along. Go forward a few years. And a particularly nasty rich bastard and his bored middle-aged wife had a child. And it didn't look like either of them. In fact, it was a bit of an ogre. Well, When I say a bit, it was a total ogre. It wasn't red or green or even orange with white eyes and a terrible hairdo. Now this one was blue with pink spots and a big fat belly. And this kid grew up, God, it was bloody ugly. Liked to play golf, though. You know, he got out, you know, down at the country club like his dad. He wasn't even good at that. But, you know, eventually, after a few years passed, Dad died. Actually, it wasn't the dad. He wasn't the dad. Yeah, he was the guy that paid the bills. But the actual biological father, somebody else. The mother had found herself a fella. I won't discuss who the fella was, or even if he was an ogre. But, you know, by this time, the mother she'd let herself go. So whether the ogre genes came from the mother or the father, we shall never know. Eventually, the rich bastard of a dad died. Left it all to the son, the ogre son. You know, the blue one with pink spots and a big fat belly, terrible hairdo. Son hadn't a clue. He'd grown up with his, you know, rich parents, could do whatever he wanted. And he had the brains of an amoeba. He'd been to college. Somebody else had done all the exams for him. So, you know, ended up with straight A's. But, like I said, the brains of an amoeba. But Dad had left him billions. Yeah, filthy, stinking rich. And, you know, young lad set off into the world, clueless. What am I going to do? Yeah, I know what. I'll build stuff. Well, not me particularly, not him particularly. I'll pay people to do it for me, or ask them to do it for me, and then not pay them. I say you get rich, you know, cheat and lie and rob. Honesty's not the best policy. Even though the ogre was, you know, incredibly rich, and famous, nobody liked him. Didn't have any friends. As for girlfriends, not a cat and else chance. Nobody wanted to know him. So, you know, guy was getting a bit frustrated, you know, you get peeved off, sit at home at night watching the telly, no one to play with, no Scrabble partner, no nothing, you know. And so, yeah, he asked his butler, what should we call the butler? Give him a name, made up name. What are butlers called? Alfred? Yeah, why not? So, yeah, one night he said to Alfred the butler, Alfred, I need a girlfriend. Go get me one. But, sir, you know, I have no idea how to get you a girlfriend. You may be rich and famous, but you're butt ugly, mate. You got the personality of a slug. Oh, I know what. Ask them if they'll take a cheque. Oh, I could try that, sir, but it's highly unlikely in this modern day. You probably need a credit card, sir. Okay, right, here's my credit card, he said, you know, passed over his American Express card and his PIN number and all the rest of it. So, butler. Alfred, we called him, yeah. Alfred got into the rolls, drove off into the city centre, looking for potential girlfriend material for the ugly ogre. So he went down to the entertainment district. You know, stopped at a few street corners, seeing what the possibilities were. Asked a few actresses, shall we call them? Excuse me, miss, do you take a cheque? No bloody chance, mate. Cash or a credit cards? You know, Visa, MasterCard, American Express, Diners, not fussy, mate. Just, you know, don't take cheques. they go boing. So, yeah. Butler cruised around for a few nights. Eventually he found somebody. Yeah, you know, it's quite attractive. Asked her the usual questions, you know. If you take a check, you know, bugger off, mate. Got some nice plastic here, you know, gold card. Oh, that's okay. They talked about this, that and the other. Asked about the rates. I said, all right, hop in, girl. My master would like to meet you, I think. So, yeah, get your good gear on and off we go. You've pulled. Oh, the weather's not particularly great today. Getting some precipitation of the white stuff. Tiny, tiny little bits. Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah. She'd pulled, hadn't she? Yeah. So, off to the tower block. Gold-plated taps. Massive great bed. Huge TV screen. Bling, bling, bling. You know, you've seen it all before on the telly. So, you know, Alfred introduced the actress to the ogre with the big fat belly and the blue and pink spots, just in case you'd forgotten. And you know, the ogre was, you know, quite smitten. He thought, you know, this will do nicely. So, you know, the actress got out her card reader. They did the transaction. They did the business. And, you know, the next week, the week after, the following night, the following morning, you know, her bank account was improving no end. She'd buy herself some new clothes and shoes. She had, you know, she thought, I don't need to act every day, you know, once a week. You know, I've got a good audience here, she thought. So, yeah, she thought, I'll just settle down with this fella. You know, eventually, after a few months of this, the ogre popped the question. How about it, darling? You and me, you know, getting hitched, you know, down the old registry office, you know. How about it? She thought, yeah, she didn't have to think twice about it. She's quite a smart girl, much smarter than the ogre, with the you know, brains of an amoeba. So she says, yeah, all right, yeah, about tomorrow morning. We'll just nip down there, get it all done, sign on the dotted line, yeah, Bob's your uncle. So that's what they did. And, you know, life went on. They enjoyed themselves for a few weeks, a few months. Yeah, but, yeah, the ogre was, it was missing his country club mates, you know, the pool boy. He'd heard stories of a new pool boy down there, so, you know, he went to check him out. This pool boy wasn't particularly smart. He took checks and they all went boing. Didn't know why, but, you know, he kept coming back. So, you know, one day he thought, oh, maybe he loves me. Not a chance, eh? Pool boy's not the smartest. So, you know, anyway, a few months of this, the ogre's utterly bored with his actress wife and sends a lawyer around, says, oh, we're getting divorced. Oh, okay. She thought, yeah, how much? So, yeah, they agreed a nice big fat figure and off she went. Easy. Meanwhile, back at the country club, ogre's having fun with the pool boy. There's a new chambermaid as well. She doesn't take checks. She's a bit smarter. The maitre d', not a chance, mate. Gold cards or nothing. But, you know, this went on for a while. And then, you know, ogre got bored. Ogres get bored very easily. And he thought, oh, better have another word with the butler. By which time, Alfred had retired. He'd had enough of this, you know. He just couldn't hack it. You know, the pain some nights was just too much for him. Did I say, no, I didn't, did I? But, you know, well, yeah. So he got a new butler. what should call this one? George. Yeah, so the Ogre said to George one night, George, pop down the entertainment district, get me a girlfriend. Here's my gold card. Off you go, mate. So off he went, cruised around in the Rolls Royce. And he asked a few actresses, this, that and the other. And eventually he found one. And it was the same old routine. Back to the pad, meet the boss, hello, sign here, where's your card, boom boom. And they got married again. A few months later, same old, new pool boy, off he went. Dirty little toad. And I could go on and on like this. This went on for years. His wives would only last a few months. There'd be a new pool boy down at the country club, new golf partners, and he had a wandering eye, amongst other things. And that could be the end of the story, but I'll think of something else. That's not a good place to finish a story. There's got to be more. There will be. I'll be back. So the same old routine went on for years. New wife, new pool boy, new bottler. Credit cards getting used frequently. By this time, the Ogre was getting a bit old. Well past it. Nobody wanted to come near him. He was getting a bit pegged off. Then one day he wasn't feeling so good. He went to the doctors. Doctor tells him, you got 6 months to live, mate. Ooh. That sucks. Yeah, whatever. Maybe I should go out in a blaze of glory. Doctor tells him, in about 3 months, mate, you'll be well gone. You won't be going out in any blaze of glory whatsoever. That's no good. So what is this? What's caused all this then? And doctor says, well, probably too many pool boys. Damn. So he wasn't a happy chappy. He had 6 months to live. 3 months to live of the life of Riley, and then a rapid collapse of everything. So what is he going to do? I don't know. Lie on the beach? Go sailing? Pay some bills? Nah, not a chance. So anyway, time just drifted on. 3 months went by and he was still alive and kicking. He thought, I've got to make the most of the next 3 months before I do pop my clogs. So, back to the country club. Find another pool boy. Chambermaid. Credit cards out. Yeah, why not? Big bed. So that's what you did for the next 3 months. And he went out in a blaze of glory, sort of. He had a rotten old mess by the time he popped his clogs. But he got a good send-off. Well, actually, no, he didn't. Nobody came to the funeral. They hated the bastard. But anyway, what's the moral of the story? Got to be one somewhere. Oh yeah. Don't wear silly hats and tell stories on YouTube videos. Oh, what am I going to do tomorrow? I haven't a bloody clue. To come up with something sensible. Yeah, anyway. Salute. Oh no, sorry, that way. That's peace, isn't it? Yeah, salute. There's too many people on YouTube going, really like peace, man. Nah, salute. See ya.